The gang from What We Do in the Shadows shows off their vampire cool without a second thought. In Season 5 Episode 3, titled Pride Parade, they support Sean's political campaign. Meanwhile, Laszlo uses his vampire skills to help Guillermo, a cool twist in an episode already full of surprises. Don't waste your time anymore, check out the recap below. What happened in What We Do in the Shadows Season 5 Episode 3? The episode kicks off with a weird group of four: Nadia, Colin Robinson, her human ghost, and Nadia's husband, all living inside Nadia's vampire body. The episode has fun stretching the limits of identity and pleasure. Even though the specifics of the scene might be odd, it's the quirky ways the characters have fun that catch your attention. As the story rolls out, important characters Laszlo, who's after sunlight, and Nadia's human ghost, who wants a sensual ride within Nadia's vampire body, start on a trip with lots of sidetracks around Staten Island to get what they want. Another subplot is about Guillermo's half-done change into a vampire. Nander holds a grudge against Laszlo because of his bond with Guillermo, his right-hand man. The show dives deeper into the weird relationship between Nander and Guillermo, a situation checked out in previous seasons. Laszlo's snooping into Guillermo's slow vampirism leads to funny scenes and chats. The episode's plot also comes with a fun surprise of the two Nadias switching bodies, like in Freaky Friday, boosting the main idea of occult experimentation. The guide fits in easily with the vampire family, giving no-cost advice to Nadia, who's already a vampire. As the episode moves along, it expands the show's vampire backstory by pulling from various myths and spooky tales. An interesting fact is that Nadia was a virgin when she died, and her wild sexual adventures started only after she became a vampire. The episode also jokes that vampires obsessively tally up every grain of rice they see and that they're fast to finish. Natasha Demetriou's acting as the doll, a character controlled by the spirit of Nadia's past self and craving for pleasure, stands out thanks to her physical and vocal comedy skills. At the same time, the subplot of neighbor Sean's efforts to pull off a pride parade steals the spotlight. Throughout the series, Guillermo has wanted to be a vampire, hoping that Nander will keep his promise to turn him. But as the series moves along, his change seems stuck, and Guillermo stays human. The phrase Guillermo's connection implies a special connection between Guillermo and Nander, which might affect Guillermo's full change into a vampire. In Pride Parade, Guillermo breathes out smoke after Nander hits the ground, showing that their bond is still strong, which might be affecting Guillermo's lack of transformation. This puff of smoke could stand for their ongoing bond or some magical power resisting Guillermo's change. Viewers are left scratching their heads as to why Guillermo is still half vampire. A believable guess is that Derek's inability to fully change could be because he's not Guillermo's vampire, leading Guillermo to look for a solution on his own. Guillermo's journey to being a vampire, not discussed before on the show, gives a new perspective to the story. Despite Nander's reluctance to change Guillermo, there are hints that he might one day become a full-on vampire. The smoke event gives a subtle hint to a more complex story behind Guillermo's slow transformation.